This video is brought to you by Slate Black Industries. For grips and accessories, visit slateblackindustries.com. Okay, so the last rifle we shot earlier was my trusty Remington 700 5R. That's actually, nowadays, it's turning into a collectible. There's a trend on the things that I buy that are not collectibles, turning into collectibles because they discontinue them. This, on the other hand, is a...
It's not a collectible.
Yeah, this is not at all a collectible.
Okay, so this rifle, legit, my first bolt gun. It was a bare bones basic Remington 700 with the 20-inch barrel. I think that's what the SPS model. Is not 5R rifled. And the idea that I had is I wanted to have basically spend about $1,000 plus an optic and be good to go.
You wanted a training rifle.
Yeah, and I've probably shot this bolt gun more than any of my other bolt guns.
Then it is worth the money spent. And that's one thing though, you know, we do a lot of kind of more Gucci, difficult to find items now. But then at the same time, we've got to hold ourselves to look at what is actually commonly available around on the market. And the line Remington 700 SPS is a fairly common item to run into. Now, that said, Remington has a reputation with its quality control.
I know, right? Not being the best.
Yes.
Especially in recent years.
Right, so radically different on quality control between, let's say this is one of the golden era, golden years when Remington had a lot of military contracts.
Yeah. And this is a mid-teens.
Yeah, Freedom Group. Yeah. Remington.
So it's a 20-inch 700. We've got it in a hunter. I've got it in a hunter stock, which is probably one of the cheapest, easy drop-in stocks that you can get out there.
So there's a point to it, though. I mean, it's an entry-level Remington.
Yeah, I mean, with it, granted, and this is where people will be like, it's not because of the optic, but the gun itself is probably can be had for ish, including bipod, muzzle device, and pick rail. Probably something amounting to $1,200, even in today's market.
We've shown in previous videos that this rifle shooting a 10 by 42 Super Sniper can accomplish a lot.
Yeah.
This is an excellent optic. The mounting system is excellent.
Yeah.
You could drop a Super Sniper on this
and still be good.
At 100-yard range do fairly similar things.
It's been a very long time since I've actually patterned this for a group. Probably years since I've actually grouped it. As I recall, this was patterning it at best 1.5 inches. Oh, I forgot. I do have, I think, a Trigger Tech trigger in this, so I might have lied at 1,200. It might be more like 1,400 all in.
Of course, Josh would spend money of all things. Instead of the barrel, he would spend it on the trigger.
Fourth row, far left. This is your M118LR clone recipe. What?
Oh, color me impressed. Spent this whole time shitting on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's about 1.5 inches.
Okay.
That's about what I remember this thing being able to do.
I mean, that's not bad for a training rifle, dude.
No. I mean, again, what we're going to probably show here is that, I shoot this at. I mean, I'm not trying to shoot 1 MOA targets with it.
This is sufficient to go out to 1,000.
On C zones.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could do what the Marine Corps does best and put a Jeep-sized target at 1,000. Look, the naval infantry likes to shit talk us, the army boys. All right.
All right. So this is gold medal, which is what I actually used out of this.
Okay.
Nice.
No bad.
Yeah. Interesting that these groups are a wee bit stringy.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's still it's a horizontal, but it's still a cluster-ish.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't dismiss it.
No, I mean, again, it looks like these are like 1.25s to 1.5 inch groups, just from like eyeballing it downrange.
It's acceptable.
Of course.
Not bad.
I've got some Hornaday.
All right.
These are the 178s. You want to have a go with these?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
I mean, this is a good underscore of how we've progressed as the show's gone on, right?
Yeah.
This is what, COVID era, right before COVID?
That gun?
Yeah.
No, quite a bit before.
Okay.
That was
so
like a 2017, 2016.
you're getting into precision rifle stuff. The Showa just started.
Wow, that shot pretty good too.
Yeah, it's not bad.
These are pretty consistent in terms of the size of these groups, right?
Yeah, I would be curious. I mean, you've got your dead air suppressor muzzle device up there. I'd be curious if there is.
I recall that when I would put, so I use a Silencer Co. Omega,
Okay.
but I have, I use for this particular rifle, because that was actually my first precision can.
Mm-hmm.
And this is set up for my first precision can, as you might expect. But I have it using a hub mount with chemo, which I know most people will be like, "What?" Because that's not normal.
It's an assaulter. It's an assaulter QD can.
Yeah, but it's like how I standardized my gear back in the day. So
Okay.
it is what it is.
Why don't? Okay, like I was gonna.
No, don't do that. I'm not putting the can on for you to shoot.
Then don't put the can on for me to shoot the best ammunition I have out here.
Henry.
I want to see what Remington, like bone stock Remingtons, do with ball ammunition, because this is something that people will do out there.
So we have a group with this that was 2.5. Good. So that's like, what, 5 inches high and to the right. But hey, maybe it'll group. You can stop whenever you want. As I was saying, I had a group with this with the Scar 20 that was shooting about like 2.5 inches with this, maybe 3 inches. All things considered, other than that one shot that was way out there in Narnia,
Yeah, I didn't do that.
the rest of it's pretty good.
I mean, yeah, all things considered, right?
Yes.
So when guys take these things loaded with hunting ammunition, just understand what your rifle is putting downrange before you take it out to use your hunter stock as it is intended.
The hunter stock alone does not mean that you can hunt.
All right, so the big question now is, does it hold zero? Is there a point of impact shift with a suppressor attached or not?
When I was shooting this for like actual training, I was shooting it with the suppressor,
Okay.
with gold medal. So this would be the grouping that I would have been training with.
Okay, got it. So
Yeah.
Josh just affixed a suppressor.
Odd. That right on, huh? Okay. Wow. Nice,
Oh, wow.
dude. So you have one or two, like that first shot, the high one,
Yeah.
was your first shot. with a cold can.
And then there's that one wild shot that went to
But
the
dude,
last.
that's crazy though. That's materially. I get that there's one flyer there.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's the cold can
No,
shot.
but that cluster is quite nice.
Yeah.
When
That's,
you compare it to the one on top, it's actually tighter than the cluster out of this guy,
it is a bit tighter,
as far as the cluster goes.
but the overall group's slightly larger.
Yeah, I mean, so, like, is it as predictable? No, but is it terrible?
No, I mean, well,
would not
again,
say so.
if you're shooting, again, if for purposes of what I was trying to do with this is like have a gun that was about 1K, 1.2, 1.3K that I could take out. I could shoot literally endless amounts of ammo through, right? I'm never gonna burn the barrel out on this thing, and be able to like do a relatively decent job like controlling the fundamental elements. One thing
Right.
you'll notice about this is that this thing is really lightweight, right? And so when I go today, between like shooting one of my chassis guns into this, all those little tiny intricacies of like my breathing, or I can see the tremor of my heart or whatever else, all of it is super obvious through this, which makes sense, right? Because of the weight difference. But it's almost, again, to the element of making this for training purposes, it almost forces you to like be paying more attention to that stuff.
It's interesting because seeing Josh buy a rifle with no Christmas tree is a really weird concept for me.
So this Leupold was one of the first non-LPVOs that I got, and I didn't know about the importance of like different reticles. I just went, this one looks pretty good. It has some mill hashes in there.
Look, this is. You ask people nowadays, they'll be like, "Oh, you know, you have to use a Christmas tree." Like, to be honest, for bolt actions, outside of specific circumstances, and I've had conversations with a couple of friends, namely Adrian over at Sidewinder. He and you talk a lot too.
Yeah.
I think there's this consensus, an unspoken consensus that you must have a Christmas tree for
In
precision
today's
rifles.
day and age, yeah.
Yeah, but like, if you're dialing, right, which a lot of times you would dial if it's a non-PRS style of rifle, do you need it?
I found shooting this 95% of the times with bolt guns. I get if I'm going from like this target to that target to this distance to that distance, like yes, it makes it really nice even with the bolt. But if I'm sort of like setting up on a target at a range, I'll dial it and then I'll use reference to the target with respect to like if I see a splash like short, I'll use a half a target or something like that to make an adjustment. I wouldn't use the Christmas tree at all. That's what I've been doing with this when I was training on it.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Like I think for bolt action rifles, the Christmas tree is less important,
And it's
than
relevant
gas.
on the gassers because you are doing like the stepped engagements and stuff
Right.
like that
Yeah.
much more frequently.
Yeah, I think as a training rifle, like you strip everything down to the bare bones of what you need. This is a good option.
Yeah. I mean, these are
especially-
pretty darn good groups. These are better. Honestly, these are better than what I see a lot of people talking about. You know, the new age basic Freedom Group Remington 700s.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is one example, guys. I don't know if this
It
is
must be because you have the new trigger in there. That must be the reason.
716 is 096, 4 Vic, 8 packs, Redcon 1, green to green. How copy, over?
096, this is 716, roger, over. 16, 091, 1 pack, green, green, over. This is 716, roger, over.
16, 2, 1 Victor, 2 packs, Redcon 1.